Coinbase continues to be really the best way to play the cryptocurrency market and the blockchain development that we've seen over the last few years. And I think there are still 5 reasons to really like this company. A lot of them have to do with the way that the blockchain and Coinbase itself is really maturing as a business. This is no longer about just YOLO trading on cryptocurrencies and meme coins. This is much more about building a fundamental business on the blockchain, improving financial transaction, which Coinbase has really put a lot of focus on, saying they want to be under a cent and under a second to complete financial transactions, which could be far cheaper than we have in credit card transactions today. So still a very potentially disruptive business. And there's some positive signs from a momentum side that is going to keep the stock moving higher. My name is Travis Hoium. Thanks for watching Asymmetric Investing. Please subscribe here on YouTube for all my content. And thanks to this video sponsor, The Motley Fool. If you go to fool.com/ASYM, they'll give you their top 10 stocks to buy right now. So let's get to the things that I like about Coinbase today. Coinbase no longer runs the USDC token along with Circle. That was a 50-50 partnership through the Center Consortium, but that was ended last year. But you can see that the USDC token has really stabilized and Coinbase continues to get financial benefit from this stablecoin through that partnership. So they gave up control and ownership in exchange for basically a revenue share and also a stake in Circle, which I'm going to get to in just a second. But you can see that the USDC token was really in decline for a period of time in late 2022 and early 2023. That has stabilized. And over the past year, we have seen assets for the USDC token increase pretty sharply, now pretty stable at about $32 billion. The reason this is important is the assets backing the USDC token are generating interest. That interest is what ultimately becomes revenue for Coinbase and for Circle, and is what can pay some of those benefits that the company gets for keeping assets like the USDC token on the Coinbase platform. So what you want to see if you're an investor in Coinbase is the USDC token itself become the medium of exchange or the preferred medium of exchange on the blockchain. That would be kind of the ideal state, is that no matter what blockchain you're using, no matter what wallet you're using, if you are using USDC tokens, that is going to be good for Coinbase. And the stability that we've seen here over the last few months, I would like to see this growing, but we had a lot of growth early in 2024, and then things are at least stable over the last few months. That is a positive sign for Coinbase, and that means, and that interest income number, first quarter interest income started here when the USDC token was about $25 billion, ended when it was at about $32 billion, so the average was somewhere in the middle. The second quarter interest income is going to be based on more of about a $32 billion average. So that interest income from the USDC token should be sharply higher. Very possible that Coinbase gets to about $1 billion in stablecoin related revenue as a result. The second thing I like is Coinbase's stake in Circle. Now, we don't know a lot of details behind this stake, but we do know that Coinbase took an ownership stake, and Circle has really become a much more independent company and an advocate for the USDC token itself, but made a lot of technology advancements, moving to more blockchains, and they're preparing for an IPO potentially this year. They filed confidentially with the SEC in January. They are re-domiciling from Ireland to the US in an effort to get approval by the SEC. And if they do IPO this year, I think this is going to be a really valuable company, one that I would consider investing in depending on the valuation. And it is at least going to make Coinbase's stake in Circle more liquid. We don't know if they're actually going to sell it. This is one of those situations where I think Coinbase should just continue to own Circle. But what this does is it gives you more optionality as a Coinbase shareholder. If Circle becomes a phenomenal company and a growth company in crypto and the blockchain, then great, Coinbase benefits from that. If the USDC token continues to grow, as I talked about earlier, great, Coinbase benefits from that. And this ownership stake is just another example of the company's value and optionality on the blockchain. So great trends there. The third thing is Coinbase's improvement in the exchange business, the traditional exchange business. Now, these numbers are really lumpy, but a year ago, it wasn't surprising to see Coinbase's trading volume over a 24-hour period be under $1 billion. And for Binance to be 10x or even 20x that. So Coinbase has won back market share. There are a lot of different players in this space, but they won a lot of market share. And you can even see this here with Token Insights. They are showing $500 to $1 billion in daily spot and derivative trading volume in kind of the summer of 2023. Now that's up to more like $1 to $2 billion on average. So the exchange business should continue to do well, and that's really the financial driver of Coinbase along with the USDC token. So the two cores of the business are looking like they're going to be doing really well throughout 2024. Thanks to our friends at The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/ASYM for the top 10 stocks to buy right now. The numbers aren't huge coming out of the custodial business, but the approval of more ETFs in the crypto market is going to be a tailwind for Coinbase, because Coinbase is doing most of the custodian work for the companies that are actually launching these ETFs. Ethereum has been delayed a little bit, but Coinbase has been a beneficiary of the Bitcoin ETFs. We also have efforts to launch Solana ETFs, so it's very possible that a year or two from now we see dozens more or even hundreds of more ETFs, all with Coinbase acting as the custodian for all of them. So that could be a continued growth business. And the final thing is the Base blockchain. So the Base blockchain is Coinbase's blockchain that they built as a Ethereum layer 2. Now, I prefer a layer 1 like Solana, so we'll see how this all plays out. But what we've seen here, this is unique active wallets, the number of transactions on the blockchain, and decentralized application volume, and then the number of decentralized applications. What I like here is the growth trends. So on a 7-day basis, growing across the board, 2 million active wallets, nearly 7 million transactions, $3.3 billion worth of volume. If you go back to 30 days, you have almost 6 million wallets, almost 28 million transactions. Volume is growing. The number of decentralized apps are growing. So the activity on the Base blockchain is increasing over time, and that's exactly what you want to see. Now, until second quarter results come out, we don't know the exact revenue and margin that Coinbase is going to be generating from any of these particular businesses. But the trend that I want to see as an investor is that Coinbase continues to grow in each one of them. I want to see them be the identity solution for the blockchain with their wallets, with their centralized app. I want to see them be a blockchain provider with things like Base, an infrastructure company with the USDC token, with custodian services for ETFs. All of these are foundational pieces for the blockchain, and that's what's ultimately going to drive Coinbase's value. If there is disruption built on the blockchain, it's probably not going to be built by Coinbase specifically. They aren't the app provider in a lot of cases, but they are the infrastructure layer. And so that's ultimately going to be really valuable. And that's why I think these trends that I covered today are really great reasons to be bullish on Coinbase long term. The company's valuation has gotten much, much higher over the past year, and that could be extremely volatile. But I think over the next 5 to 10 years, this is going to be a phenomenal stock for investors. But what do you think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to Asymmetric Investing. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you here next time.